Sandbergs will be up, I think, if they're here. I don't remember right here. Michelle and Gilbert are coming. We're bouncy today. I got a bouncy chair. Is Gilbert not here? Oh, so was it? Did he like it? Oh, yeah. Well, there were some things I wasn't pleased with, but I found that happens. Yeah. That happens a lot. Well, it might just be us. We'll move anything particular. We can do our make this meeting for you.
I guess the Smiths aren't coming, they would be here by now.
I would think so.
Tina hasn't been here recently.
No, she hasn't been for a bit. She's been hit and miss. I thought kind of when she got released, that maybe she'd come a little more. But the key is the consistency. And when you get out of sync and out of the habit, creating and putting the habit back in is tough. I won't lie.
I can do 10 minutes of stretching every day.
Well, and I woke up early this morning. And sometimes that happens. Go ahead and start with your balls. I don't know if the age thing, I wake up, it's 3:34, 4:30 almost every morning, and I'm like, really? You don't have to get up this early. But I'm usually in bed by, it's 9:30, 10 at the latest, and then I'll read for a bit, and then I'm gone. But anyway.
Can you go back to sleep sometimes after you wake up at 3:30 or 4?
If I just get up and go to the bathroom and come back, but this morning was not one of those mornings. This morning I've already studied, I've already done my Duolingo Spanish, I've already done. We've got a family with my grandkids, Wordle. You play Wordle? It's a game where you're just given 5 squares, and then you've got the alphabet, and you have to make words. And you're trying to find, you have 6 tries or 5 tries, 6 tries, I think, to find what the word is. And as you go, if you say you put in beach, and then at the E is the right letter, but in the wrong place, it'll be yellow. If it's in the right place and it's the right letter, it'll be green. And then you do another word using the E base, whatever. Anyway. Whatever letter. So we play it with the grandkids. Anyway, sometimes your brain is just crisp, and other times it can't come up with what that possibly could be. So it's kind of fun. But I've already done that one too.
Is it an app like on the phone, or is it?
I just have Googled New York. There is an app on the phone. There's a game. That one you can play daily, but you can keep playing all day if you want it. So I do the New York Times, and I just on my browser just Google New York Times crossword puzzle, and it pops up, and then you can share it. And we share ours with the family.
So it's a crossword puzzle.
Well, it's not crossword. Oh, did I say crossword? Wordle. New York Times Wordle.
New York Times.
And it's Word LE. So it's not Wardle, it's Wordle.
Wordle. Okay.
It's kind of fun.
That sounds.
Anyway, anything new we want to share? I cut most of this out of the video unless there's anything really profound. Anything, it was funny, Blair's on the High Council out in Eagle Mountain in our stake, and he couldn't find a partner, so he said, I think you should speak with me.
Oh.
And I'm like, they've given you way too much power. Make sure you do both feet. We'll
So
take
you
it just
speak
a
this
moment.
Sunday?
Not this, in 2 weeks. This Sunday is our primary program.
Yes, it's our board primary program.
It's everybody's, it's all my grandkids too, and I'm gonna miss them because I lead. That's what my calling is. That's my favorite.
You
calling.
look what?
I'm the
Music,
chorister.
chorister. Oh, fun, I love that.
Yes,
This is
here.
I
the
love
favorite
that.
calling. Although this year it's been really interesting. I've never had sunbeams. I wanted them to just sing "Kindness Begins with Me." 4 lines. I have worked with them for months. It's not I've never had, they don't engage. I think it's COVID. I think through their baby years, they never saw anybody but their family. And if they had parents that both worked, which a lot of them do, they just were at daycare. Anyway, I'm amazed.
Or is it because they've been on?
They could be this, except that, I mean, I'll get right there, right next to them, and they just look at you like, what? I've got grandkids that I wrestle with, and I read, and it's just been really interesting. And the older kids, the respect, the quiet. I could stand up, oftentimes you'll stand up there to get their attention, and you maybe stand for 30 seconds. I could stand for 5 minutes, and there'd still be these chatty, not paying it. I've just been interested. So this is the first time, so I was praying about it, because I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And the thought very strongly was, these are COVID kids. They had a 1.5 to 2 years isolated. They're making up for it. They don't know how to deal. And I've had teachers that have told me that it's really, really hard in the schools right now. And I know that there's some other factors too that are all involved. Okay, go ahead, find your 3 amigos. We'll do the other toes in a minute, right? Big toe on one side, pinky toe on the other. Lift it up. Oh yeah. And then pull it down, push, lean. And in this lean, when you try to feel, you guys are on your right foot, right? Try to feel as if that foot is drilling through the floor. So you just really push down, engage, even clear up into the glute. Tighten that entire leg as you push down. Notice that something in your body as you push down, there's a lot of work going on, but if you notice the energy, there's also a lift that happens, and it's actually like in the waistline. That's Newton's law. We're actually doing Newton's law. Go ahead and keep the push. Your thighs should be a little bit engaged, and just lift the heel. Oh yeah, try to keep the ball of the foot down. I know, this is kind of hard. And then go ahead and come all the way up. Still try to push into the ball. You might get a cramp. If you do, you just come out and come back in. Try to stretch the toes over the ball long towards the floor. I have one that just will not, but the others will. Stretching out the front, side. This is so good for the ankles. Men struggle to do that. And then go ahead and take it to the other side. Pause, and then just do some of this one, just ankle circles. And then see if you can just curl under and back up, under and back up. So squish them. Yeah, just like the fingers. Squish them and up, squish them and up. And then just pause. Let everything relax and notice what you created. This is probably, I can't say it's my favorite thing, but it is just so amazing. That energy that is available to us, okay? And then go ahead and find 3 amigos on the other side. We've rolled through the toes, big toe on one side. As I practice this more and more, my toes become more dexterous. Go ahead and lift the heel. Just kind of staying there for a little burn in the toes, a little bit of a cutoff. You might see, you know, some red or some whitening on the toe. There, it's like they're saying, excuse me, you're cutting off the blood flow. Yes, we are. And then put the heel back down and push. Feel a grounding, like you're drilling with that foot through. Notice if this side is easier than the other side or harder. This is your left side. Is this easier or harder on this side?
Seems harder.
Yeah, my left side is a little harder. I am right dominant, right?
My left side is easier, it's my right side is weaker and sore.
Well, sore, you've got your little place too on that right side.
I got my injury.
Yeah, so you're pushing down. Notice what lifts up, right? And then go ahead and just lift the heel with it, but keep pushing down. This is going to increase that sensation. And then go ahead and roll over the top. Find straight, find that length on the top of the foot. Yeah, straighten through the toes. See if the arch can lift a little bit. You're still kind of grounding down, but notice it's not near as strong. And then go ahead and release. Take the ball back over to the other side when you roll through. Ooh, yeah, both directions. And then will you crunch them, spread them, crunch them, spread them. So even if you're like, I don't know about you, but I have feet in socks pretty much through the winter, right? You can do this even in your socks. Find some time to just move parts of your body that maybe you don't move on a regular basis. And then put it down. You feel the work done in the thigh, just lifting that leg. And then you put that back behind you. Good job. Go ahead and sit up. Go as tall as you can. I love putting my hands on my thighs and trying to lock the elbows. I don't teach lock joints very often. But I'm trying to push down and trying to get my body as long as it can. And then you're going to bend the elbows slightly and pull the shoulders on the back. See if you can now squish everything towards the center, the spine. We call it the midline of the body. Shoulders, waistline, hips, thighs, without moving, everything's just kind of hugging in. These are energetic movements. Okay, now you're going to have another energetic movement from here. Feel like you can spring out. So yeah, you might see a little bit of movement, but not really. It's more just finding. Go ahead and let your hands come out to the side because you'll be able to widen the shoulders a little bit more. Palms can face up or down. Down is maybe a little more comfortable. And then just feel big, like you're trying to make the biggest footprint in the sand with your body, okay? We often try to play small. This is called an organic energy. Go ahead and now hug towards the center. That is a muscular. Go ahead and stretch wide, hug back in. Stretch wide. Notice that this could actually fluctuate while we breathe. Give it a try. Go ahead and inhale, expand. Exhale, just tighten. Inhale, expand. Notice it's not enough. It's not so stiff that I can't move, and tighten. Inhale, expand. And exhale, tighten. Just, it's almost like, the corset analogy is my best. And then release and notice. So that energy is one that we can just at random. Driving in the car, sitting at church. Sometimes it does keep me alert. Just all sorts of places. And it is actually muscular, but what it's helping is the spine stay upright. And it's helping all these little muscles that are along the spine to just say, oh, she's working me. So without even moving your hands, do it one more time. We're going to do 5 breaths. Inhale, expand. Exhale, tighten. Inhale, expand. Exhale, tighten. For the last 3, go really slow. Inhale. exhale. Take as long as you possibly can. You might go longer, you might go shorter than what I talk. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let just everything that can expand out. It's not just side to side, right? It's even forward and back. Become a three-dimensional being and then hug it back in. And then release. Can you feel the waistline in the back has done some work? Go ahead and start moving. So, I will put that in the show notes on this one, but that muscular and organic movement, if that's all you have time for in the daytime, you've got one of those days, I try to think of this almost in anything I do. Just try to find that. Playing pickleball, can I find that breath? Because have you ever had that rushed feeling? That's when I injure myself, I make more mistakes, I drop things, I make more messes if I'm cooking. So, and it's just like, it's this idea that, and this is kind of where I want to go today, I've got all the time I need. We so much think, I was laughing hysterically driving in this morning. There was a Jeep, I counted 12 times. Just trying to get around. 3 of them, he didn't even move a car ahead. I was like, can you imagine what he must be feeling? Or she, I'm assuming a he, but it could be a she, just this tension. And it doesn't get you anywhere any faster. So anyway, it's kind of fun. Grab your sticks. Trudy hasn't done these yet. Okay, how were you? Sore at all?
No.
Good.
Well, right here.
Oh,
But I remember from when I injured my shoulder once before, they said, that's why do I feel it here? He said, because that's what
because that's not, yeah. Okay.
But no.
All righty, so you're about, it's not quite 3 feet, but you don't want really wider than 3 feet. And we're just gonna go up. Now be careful with your shoulders and back down. So we're just gonna move. There's no weight in these. I don't even think they weigh a pound. They might. They have some that are weighted, but I didn't want the weighted ones. Okay, now take it up. And it's the same thing we did last. You're gonna bend the elbow, see if you can bring it behind. Yeah, you might not. Don't tuck your chin. Leave it here, so you might just be here and back up, and you're just gonna come and back up, and come back up, and come back up, and then come all the way down. Pause, and just roll through those shoulders. Okay. This is range of motion, okay? But it's also working it because we're taking and doing some isolated contractions, okay? We're gonna go back up again for the exact same thing, except this time, go ahead and take it behind you. This time, tuck your chin. Turn the palms up. Okay, so yeah, you can feel a stretch on the armpit. You should feel a stretch up the arm. See if you can almost straighten the arms. You're like, and then release, right? Roll through those shoulders again. Okay, where are you feeling it the most? Where's the work, kind of the burn, the ache?
Kind of through here.
Yeah, right back in here, okay? I do feel the stretch here, but I don't feel the work. I don't feel like it's burning. Like this, you get done and you're like, oh, I've worked that, right? Okay, back to the 3. Back up. This time we're just gonna go side, up and side. And then let your body follow. And up and side. And then this time, we did this last week, you're gonna go up, you're gonna let it come all the way to the floor. And you're just going to bend the elbows and pull your chest through and back. Pull your chest through and back. Pull your chest through. Go ahead and see if you can even twist a little towards the ceiling and back out and bring it in.
Ooh, that's good side stretch.
Roll. we'll do the same thing, and then we'll hold, come back up. I'll go this way first, and then go this way. Let the body go with it. Let yourself feel. Now, okay, we didn't talk about this on the other side. As you go here, ground down to the chair with that hip. I love that opposition, right? Up and down, push down on that left hip now, and then come back up. So the opposing hip is grounding. Come back up, go one more here, come back up, and drop it to the side, okay? And then let yourself come through, and back, elbows and bend, through. You're just looking for that range of motion that we lose. Let's do one more. Hold, go see if you can turn, it's like my rib cage turns up, and then my chest, and then I'm gonna release, come back. Ooh. Okay, tuck your chin, feel a roll up and down the spine. Just come down and come back up, and roll it down and come back up. So those of you watching, okay, broomstick, you can unscrew most broomsticks. Totally fine. I was just gonna get wooden dowels, and then we found these. So go ahead and roll down and roll back up. So we want to try and isolate each vertebrae here, okay? This is what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see a little bit better, okay? You can hold the stick. If it really bugs you, you can totally put it down. But you're gonna come forward like this. So there's a back bend, and then I want you to come back. I'd like you to, and then you're gonna lengthen up. So the forward, so it's almost like we're creating a rip, and then straight up. And so you go back. Now feel like as if someone's got right here, right in this, it's not low back, it's right there where the mid back and the low back meet. And somebody's just pulling that back, and then back up, and forward, and pull back, and up, and forward, and pull back, and up, and forward. You might feel this even in your hips, right? And then just come back up and start wiggling and noticing and how you feel, right? Good stuff. All right, this time, these are gonna come behind you. So you can just kind of do this and slide them. Would you get it so that you're here? Okay, again, notice that really helps you open the shoulders. Is that okay?
Right here, this is for that bothers me.
That really bothers. So see if you can take it down a little lower on the back. Does that make it better? Okay. So you're trying to get your elbows there, but you're trying to pull down, okay? Go ahead and just here, we're actually gonna just twist. Side, side, notice, side. What goes on? Ooh. This is so good for the vertebrae up the spine. Go ahead and hold going to the wood doors, and then just curl and back up, and curl and back up, and curl and back up, and then come back around, twist to the other side. Find that curl. This one gets into my hip flexor, so I feel it down through my hip and back up. So we're working. If the hip flexor attaches on the spine and then goes down and attaches on the thigh bone, right? And then last one, curl and pull up and come back. Then when we work this part of the body, we're working the top part of that muscle. When we sit, it is contracted. There is no way. It has to be all the way like this and a lean back for it to be long. Okay? So try that. You can lose this if you want to and hold on to the chair. See if you can tuck and then lean. Go as far back as you can. This other foot can come forward, but push down into that foot, the one that's forward. push down into it and like forward, and you'll notice you'll get a little extra stretch. That's quad and into that hip flexor. We need that. We need that. This is the one I've noticed gets the tightest with all the activities we do. And then come all the way up. Reach out. There's so many people that can't do that anymore. Feel how good. Notice that we've moved from here to now it's here. Yeah. Tuck this under. Okay. You don't have to get it far, but get it as far as you can. And then lean. Now just take the lean back. And then notice that. You get a little stretch. Now push into this foot, the one that's on the floor. Push down and forward. And notice, oh, I just got more stretch. Yeah. Take some deep breaths. Find that, just that beautiful amazingness of that body reaching, stretching, and then come up and release. Yeah, wiggle through those hips. How's that feel? Okay. When you're done, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. So you can leave these here if you want, just on the back, kind of behind. We'll use them again and stand, but I want to do our legs first. So grab a block. I don't know of a better way to get wide in our seat than this one. Okay. So just come, try to turn the block a little bit out so that your toes are going that way. And then go, first of all, just find the wiggle side to side. Just, ooh. In fact, if you find a place that's tight, stay, just breathe. And instead of going in and out, just go up and down. Just a little bit of extra movement, right? Just finding that give. Yeah. And if you think, oh, I think I can go a little deeper, go for it. Okay. Now go back and forth. This time, come on out. I have got a little bit of a cramp starting. So come out and find that. Because you're going back up, and this time drop. Let your whole foot move so you're on the inside edge of the foot, outside edge is lifted. Please don't put any hand pressure here, but you're trying to rotate. We're going to do this whole rotation thing with these that we've done before, kind of curling around, but here we're just holding. I want you to try one more. No, we'll just do that one standing. I don't know how to get that one seated. Try something. Take your block. It's going to go on the other side of this foot. See if you can come up and go over, like you're going to cross the leg. Okay? Push. You might just get toes on there. Okay? Pull back with this. Oh yeah. Can you feel it? Now turn your whole body and hold. That's some of the stuff, guys, that I don't know what you do to get that stretch other than doing something like this. So you're really trying to hold that. You're not getting the same range of motion. But that's okay. We'll get it when we stand up. And then come back, right? Take the leg long. Push into the heel. Remember, there's a slight bend in the knee. We never let that knee lock. Come to the very edge of your chair. Hold on to the bottom, because you're going to lean, and then I'd like you to try and reach your chest towards the front of the mat on the floor. Find that reach. Do you feel that in the back? Do you feel it on the back of the leg? Both of those. Push into the floor. Now try like you're going to gas pedal and pull. So there's pressure going on that. Pull back with the hips into the chair. So while I push here, I'm pulling back here. There's that opposition. You're also using the hands to pull back while you lift the chest forward. Go ahead and fold. Just come to where you can. You might get all the way down because your head's on your knee, but you might not either. And then push all the way back up. And just wiggle.
Oh, this is really good.
Didn't that feel so amazing? Think about it.
This is where I have problems. Geez, that feels good.
The thing that's so incredible is that we're sitting and getting all of this. So it's just kind of like, I get that probably I get most excited about this part of yoga is just this connection with the body. So, second side. Oh, fine, and this is my sore one. So if you see me grimace a little, I still haven't gone and done an MRI. I've done an X-ray, but not an MRI. Go ahead and just find some side-to-side movement. Okay. Go ahead and find where you can go. You might kind of go, oh, you know what? I can go a little deeper. You might go, no, that's too deep. Okay. So if you're cramping continually on the outside, it's probably too deep. But come in and out. Find that in and out movement. Oh yeah. And then go ahead and lift the toes, coming up, pull down with that hip. Yeah, that's just using gravity. And then if you start to get a cramp, you come out, you wiggle around, and you come back in, okay? Lifting the hip and then pulling it down. Staying up on the toes, you can maybe find a little movement here. And then come all the way out. Wiggle around, move it across the body, take it up, cross it over. So this motion here, guys, is one. And I mean, yes, we might do it crossing our legs, but we cross and then we, right? So that movement, that's one of the best things for our hips. So kind of that, but crossing it over, touch it down, right? And then you're pulling back. Ooh, so there's a QL muscle that attaches the hips to the ribs and lets us do these sides. So it's contracting over here. We're stretching that. Go ahead and take a twist. Ooh, find that. Pull that, right? The hip is trying to pull back away. I find that much more right through here. Stretch. And then release, come all the way back up. Put it long, jiggle it out first. Make sure you don't lock. I can tell if you're locking, you get wrinkles in the knees. Like, stop it, the wrinkle. You just don't want it locking back, okay? It's one of the reasons we love tighter, but we're fine now. I'm not saying you need tighter. Lengthen up, right? You're gonna hold on here, and you're just gonna lean forward. As you lean forward, you're pulling back with that left hip. And then you're pushing into that left heel. And then there goes the gas pedal. The minute I do that, it's like, oh my goodness. Go ahead and just find a little bit of motion there. Pulling back. Would you lengthen, holding onto the chair, lengthen the chest forward? Do you get so excited? That increased my hamstring stretch by lengthening my chest forward. That's the back of my leg. How in the heck, right? And then go ahead, take a round, take it down to where you can. You're still working the leg. You don't get to just ease up. And then come all the way up, come all the way back. I don't know about you, it just gets so exciting. It's like, oh my gosh, that feels so good. Anything else that we feel like?
That feels so good here.
Doesn't that feel so good? Okay. So the key to that is hips grounding down, pulling back, and then just finding the range of motion, and then pausing and let yourself stretch. So you're going to come back to your sticks before we stand up. Okay, we're going to try. Now you be careful, because this could be, but I think you'll both be fine. Go ahead and come to here. Now, you're going to roll forward. So I'm rounding. I'm not letting my body come down, come here, and then guess what? We're going to go back, and then bring it down and take a break. So basically, I'm taking this whole side body from here to about here, right? All the way around, and we're creating movement, okay? I was going to say something, I can't remember. Anyway, up we come. Let's go this way first. Up and over to the side. Okay, find yourself coming around, almost like I've got a big beach ball here. I'm not coming much forward with that part of the body. all the way to the other side. You can let your elbows bend, try to lift through the chest. Feel as if someone's thumbs are gently pushing your shoulders up. And release. Okay, was that better on the shoulders than the first time? Not the first time, but when we just first started doing this. Do you feel how there's a warmth and a warm up to them, okay? So we're gonna do one more each side, but before that, we do that, we're gonna do a little bit of back stroking and a crawling, American crawl, arms with the stick. Don't hit yourself in the head. Come all the way up. One's going back and then the other's going back. Bend the elbow. So you're just finding that range of motion. Moving one and then the other, and one and then the other, and then stop. Go forward, one and then the other, and one. Almost like this is kayaking, right? I love paddling. Yeah, you're okay. You're okay. And release through. Take your head to the side. Find a stretch. Go ahead and you're going to draw like a line. Your chin's going to trace the collarbone. It's just going to come up and down. And then go ahead and almost like you're dumping water out of that ear. And then you're ready for the other side. Trace. Collarbone. And then go ahead. There is nothing wrong with letting the head fall back. The problem with it is if we stay here and we let it collapse. You can tell the difference in my voice. This is collapsed versus reach up and feel length. And notice my voice doesn't change a whole lot. And then come back up. Find that ball image. Just push so your chin's not coming down, you're pushing like you're hitting the ball, and pull the shoulders away. And then just do chin move side to side, kind of making a smiley face. And then release. Beautifully done. Okay. Back to our side bends. One this way, and circle around, and see if there's a difference after we've done the work. Inhale up. Come up and over. You're not going to your full, don't like, I gotta work the heart. Yeah. And then round forward, and then coming to the other side, and then bend the elbows, pull back with the chest lift, and then release. Other side. This gets me warm. That's where I start getting hot. Forward, round, all the way to this side, come back, open it up, and roll through, okay? Now, I found, so when we started this, I could feel that here, and then we did all this work, and I could feel it here. Now it's back up here, and this is kind of feeling like, oh, I want to do some. Okay. So we're gonna do this standing. Go ahead and stand. This is kind of a balance stick as well, okay? So this will help us with our balance. I am
Yes. We're kind of going a few years with Maria, we go on.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so a couple of things. Getting into this area a little bit more, all the way around. That's kind of what we're working today, okay? But, again, all of these muscles, if they are helping the leg lift, go through the hip and attach down here. So their muscle that is here and here, and it's the same muscle. There's one that crosses here, there's some that come here, there's others that go here, there's ones that come from here down. They're just all over. And so when we sit, that pretty much is isolated. It isn't working. This one's contracted, but it's a flaccid contraction, okay? So we are trying to access that today. So the first thing we'll do will be our hips. Remember this motion here. See if you can take it out to the side and crisscross the body with that leg. Not just the foot. Try to get the knee further over than the foot. Okay? Then come back. Ooh, bring it back up, even back down. Oh yeah, stand a little forward, okay. Second side, just change hands. Come up, I'd like you to just try and pull the knee across, okay, and foot, then come back. So I've got this internal rotation coming here, coming up, and back down. So it's doing this to the whole femur, the whole leg bone, okay? Come back to this side. Now we're gonna add on, okay? So standing, this is gonna come up first. We've done this before. You're gonna come out to the side. And then you're gonna do that internal rotation. Bring it all the way, see if you can cross up behind. Reach, and then come all the way back, around, cross again, and come back down. Okay, second side. Here we go. It's gonna come up. Cut my head off when I step forward. I mean, I guess that's okay, they can still see me. Come forward. Here it comes here. It comes out to the side, and then there's this internal rotation. So I'm trying, the hip is gonna lift some, but I'm really trying to just rotate the leg, and then I'm bringing it back, and I'm bending this knee as I take that one as far back behind. It's knee. Let the knee go, and then come all the way back. Foot's up, and then foot is down, and then I'm here, and then I'm crossing across, and come out, okay? So not only are we working all of that, can you feel your balance on the standing side? I love standing balance. No, I don't love them. I love the work that they create. Okay, here we go again, one each side. Okay, stand. Go out further if you need to. You find your balance. Maybe it's forward, okay? Come up. Take it out to the side, okay? Turn. The rotation. Take it all the way behind. Yeah, let yourself feel that knee cross behind the other knee. And then come all the way back. Foot is up, foot is down. Come all the way forward. Come across the body and release. Do you notice you had increased range of motion?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can have increased rates of motion, then why wouldn't we? The thing that happens as we age is later on today, those will now be tighter because you found range of motion, which means you've got to find range of motion again. You don't need a stick. You can totally use a countertop. These are low. These are too low. So that's, anyway, they're fabulous here to give me my stuff, my props. Okay, here we go, last side. Up we come. I'm trying to give you a little bit of a break with my chatting. So
It helps.
come all the way out, right? Then the toe, the foot's, so it's just like you're rotating the leg, trying to get the foot higher, and then pulling it back around. This might be the most balancing needed. Use the stick if you need to, grab on, find that knee going behind, and back up. There's the foot, and rotate it here, come back over. Oh, bend the other knee if you need to. Find some work and release. Woo! Okay, go ahead. You can lose your stick and sit back down.
That is good.
Isn't that good stuff?
I can do some of that lying on the floor.
Yes.
You know,
And
but I can't get behind.
well, and the thing on the floor is a lot of times it's there's more momentum
Oh,
than the lift requires so much more of our bodies. But yeah, it's a great thing to do out on the floor. I do them, if you could see me before I get out of bed. No, I always have to get up to go to the bathroom, and then if I come back, which usually the bathroom is around 3:34, and then I can come back, and I can usually go back to sleep. When my alarm goes off, if I'm not already awake and turned it off, I'll sit in bed and I'll do this kind of stuff, right? I'm laying down, I'm just trying to get range of motion. If you happen to be the only one awake and your husband isn't, but he's usually up as well. Okay, so just finding that. Okay, it was really funny yesterday. A friend I've been playing pickleball with for months. We were laughing. We were playing indoor, and she's like, "Well, gosh, when we get old, we're not going to even be able to move." And she looked at me, and I'm looking at her, going, "I know you're just in your 50s." And some guy made a comment, and I'm like, "And I know you're probably in your 40s." He's like, "I'm just really old." And I said, "Oh, you are ancient."
You were ancient.
You know, and it was just, but to be able to still move. Right, okay. All right, here we go. Let's, you know what, I think we need to stand again and do our dog. I'm looking at the clock, and I'm like, okay. So, stretch, take it back. You might have to move your chair a little forward. Try to feel both feet, plant both feet. We're not done yet. You can
Just set the computer. I'll be really quiet. What time are you done?
We get out of work, be totally done by 9:15. Good for the vegan. It's not the same. So pull back, reach and stretch. Oh, find the hips going. I'm gonna have to edit that one part out too. Push into your feet. So find that. Does that hurt your arms? Okay, if that hurts your arms, Tree, come here. Come here. And go back. Better. You can actually let the chair try to lift and then push down.
Oh, yeah, that's
Better. You can get the stretch. So still push down with your hands. Pushing the chair back down while you're pulling it back. Yeah, that's going to help you get that extra reach in the spine if you can't get the other one. Yeah, that's okay. And then come all the way up. Come up, stretch up. Let's come in and out of this, okay? We're going to go long, and then we're going to roll. So this is the roll. Tuck your chin, just roll down. Bend your knees and come as far as your head can come, and then just roll. We want the spine to have both those motions, okay? So this is what this one's looking like. I'm close to the chair. I'm rounding. I get down here, I'm going to bend my knee, and then I'm just going to let my head hang. And then I'm going to come all the way back up. Okay? Give it a try. Ooh, yeah.
Good.
It is so good. Now, this is wobbly, okay? Your countertop at home is not. The thing that's good about this, and you can do this on the chair at your table, is coming up and letting your head hang below. That's an inversion. And then coming all the way up. Okay, let that happen. Try to go vertebrae by vertebrae, right? Just up. And then you're going to change it with this, and you can totally stick your feet. And just find that reach back for Michelle here, and find the stretch back. And then come all the way up, lengthen the spine, and then come back down. Round, let the knees bend, let the head come to where it can, and then roll right back up. We're going to do one more of those here, and roll down, tucking your chin, coming all the way down, and then roll it all the way up. Plant your hands wherever they need to be, whether it's here or on the top, and just stretch back and find that release on the spine. Come back up. You're going to step back again. Reach with the spine. And walk yourself back in. Stretch it up. Yeah, we needed that. Let's go ahead and come to the floor. Windshield wipers. Yeah, go ahead. That is a great hang.
Does this just hang?
Yeah, you can.
I'll see that quite often.
Yeah, that's good. What you want to do is the roll back up. Yeah, push into your feet. It's the roll back up that is, it's both, but it's the movement you want to create in the spine. Yeah. I don't know about you. Do you get more without the chair?
Yeah.
Do you? Okay. All right. I keep forgetting. Sometimes we have people that can't do that. On the floor, I'm gonna just turn off the bigger lights and Mitchell like from side to side. Just letting those knees go side to side. Arms out to the side, just let them fall. In fact, hold them to the right. Don't push anything, just hold them and feel gravity kind of just push down on you. You are not pushing that left knee towards the floor more, but just find like you just got heavy, grounding down, back of the head, my right hip, the back of my shoulders, my arms, my feet. And then inhale, lift, and come all the way to the other side, and hold, breathe, stretch, let just feel heavy. Continuing that breath for the back of the head, the shoulders, the arms, that left hip, the feet, they just got heavy. And inhale, come back up. One more of a hold one, and then we'll move it. Come back. Inhale up. Come back. Just feel automatically heavy. And then go ahead, 5 each side. You can totally move your feet a little wider, or you can keep the feet narrow. You get to choose. Finding that give. And then will you pause when you've completed your 5? I didn't know where you were at.
Are we continually moving now, or are we?
No, go ahead and bring them up to the top. Hug, just grab behind your right thigh and hold it in. Just your right one. And then do some little circles with it. This is totally in bad movement. Circle both directions. You can totally do this before you go to bed at night. And then bring the left one in and switch it. That right foot doesn't have to be long. It can be bent. That right knee. Go both directions. Just find that movement, right? Beautifully done. And then we're gonna move into your Shavasana. I'm gonna grab a blanket and bolsters and bolsters earlier. Oh, isn't it amazing? It didn't bring it that far. And the thing that I find is interesting is for years, it was like, oh, I'm okay. I'll just hold. And you're like, well, why do I do that? No, let everything release. There. Okay, just let your legs go long. There. Just feel the back release. Good job. There you go, Michelle. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Fidget. Get to the place where you totally can relax. Taking some breaths, and then just let everything go. You'll have thoughts still come, but you're just going to push them out of your brain, out of your mind for just a little bit. for just a moment before we're through, let yourself feel heaven. Maybe you feel the back of your hands, your head, your heels, your knees up on the bolster. Feel heaven. The gravity, the earth is here to support us. And I'm going to end class here on our backs. I see your divinity. I see your light, your goodness. And I bow to both of you, to each of you, to all. Namaste. And then just at your time frame, go ahead and wiggle